Okay, this recording is to quickly demonstrate how to broadcast to ICN Radio. First, you'll need a program to download or to broadcast to the ICN radio station. And you can use anything that can broadcast to an IceCast stream. However, I recommend you use Rocket Broadcaster. So go to rocketbroadcaster.com, this website here. When you go to the website, just click on the button in the middle. It says free download. And that's about it. You just have to click this to download the software. Then you have to install the software. Once you install the software, you'll have this application here for the Rocket Broadcaster. So just have to just launch it from your computer. So once you have it here, the first thing you want to do is go to broadcast and then to streams. And then in here, you want to set up a new stream. So the name could be ICN Radio. The server type, you keep the same, IceCast 2.
The host name, the port, and the mount need to be the ones that were sent to you. The username must be the one that was given to you. The password also needs to be the one that was given to you.
Now, after you typed everything in, you can hit test stream. Now, if it says, if you get all these check marks, then you entered everything correctly. This bottom one for credentials, you're going to get an error. Only because if you're testing this on a time outside designated for you to broadcast. So you're not going to be able to connect to ICN anytime you want. You can only connect to ICN when your program is scheduled to go on. The network interface, you leave default. Audio codec, you leave as is. And then you hit OK. And that's it for setting up the actual broadcast. Now, when you're ready to stream, all you have to do is start broadcast. Now, again, it's not going to connect, at least for me right now, is because I'm trying to connect outside a designated time that this particular user is set for. So it will not work. A few other things. So here is your audio input. This is your audio input meter. If you're broadcasting just audio from a mic, or you're broadcasting audio from external sources connected into the audio input of your computer, make sure that this level is set to 0. Other applications right here, you set this to mute. You want to mute this. You want to make sure you mute this. And the master you leave as is. You don't touch this. When you're actually talking and broadcasting, I'm not sure if it's going to pick up my voice right now. The meter will go up and down, and you can see if you're clipping. You can turn this down if it's too high. You can turn it a tiny bit up if it's too low. Now setting up the audio input, go to options, go to preferences. In here, you can edit your audio input device. Right now, mine is set to default. You can change this to various other inputs. Right now, I'm using a microphone called Elgato Wave 1. So if I switch to that, and I hit OK, I should start to see some levels here. Now you see that I'm a little low here. If I get a little closer to the mic, it gets a little higher. Go a little further, it's a little lower. So you can adjust this accordingly. And again, I'm going to do that again. So we go to Options. You go to Preferences. In Preferences, you can enable the audio input. And here you choose the audio source. Now, if you're not sure what you're doing, just keep it on Windows default. That's probably what you want. But if you understand a little bit what connections are connected to your computer, you have a separate microphone that you plugged in USB, this is where you need to change it, right here. You might need to change it here. A sample rate, please leave as it is. And here is something else, which I recommend you do not do. Here where it says System Audio Capture, Other Applications. Here is that other meter I was showing you a second ago. This other applications here. If you want to capture audio from your computer, you're playing a wave, some type of audio file from YouTube or something else, you can change this to whatever you need. Honestly, this should be set to system default if you do not know what you're doing. Just keep this at system default. Everything else, it's best you do not touch in this screen here. Now, if you want to record what you're actually broadcasting, so if you want to record every time you hit start broadcast, you want to go here, recording. So to get there, again, you go to Options, you go to Preferences, and you go to Recording. Here you select Record my broadcast to disk. By default, it's going to pick this random folder here. I recommend, again, if you're not sure what you're doing, you can go to Browse, go to Desktop, and then from here, you just hit Select Folder. You keep it at the desktop. And then whatever it says here, it will say. Keep the file name template as is. Don't touch this. Don't touch this. Right here, it says split file every 60 minutes. I recommend, if you have a very slow computer, you might want to do this. I suggest you uncheck that. Don't split it. So you keep it, you keep the recording as is. And these settings here are up to you how you want to do it. If it's saying there's more than 48 recordings, we'll start to delete the recordings. I suggest you hit Never and leave it as is. When you're done, you click OK. Again, I'm going to do that one more time. This is for recording when you're broadcasting. So when you click Start Broadcast, it's automatically going to start recording and creating a file for an audio file on your computer. You go to Options. You go to Preferences. Here you go to Recording. Then you click Record my broadcast to disk. You select the recording folder. I suggest go to Browse, go to Desktop, go to Desktop. You can scroll up and down, look for Desktop, just click on Desktop, and then you hit Select Folder. Don't touch any of these settings here. I recommend, unless you know what you're doing, don't want to touch this. I suggest you do not split every file of 60 minutes, so keep this unchecked. And then put automatically, where it says automatically remove old recordings, click on Never. And then when you're done, hit OK. Now, after you did all these settings, last few things. Remember, your audio input is the input that you selected. It could be your microphone. It could be something else. Other applications. This is just whatever audio is playing on your computer, it's going to play. I recommend you leave this off unless you really want to play some music on the computer, like from YouTube. You select this here. And then finally, the one last thing you do want to set is this metadata here. The artist playing. I just recommend You put in your name here. In case for Sanremo Festival, you can just put live at Sanremo, and you can put something like the Sanremo Music Festival here. This is something that will show on anyone's if someone's playing this on the computer and they're seeing what artist is playing, what music's playing. This is where this information is gonna be showing. If you're listening on, let's say, on Alexa, it may actually announce this when you connect. I'm not sure actually, but this will display on the radio station.
There's one last thing you should do.
You should go to File, Save Broadcast Project, save it to your desktop, ICN Radio Stream, or whatever you want to call it. You save that, and now you can close the application. So next time you go to the application on the desktop, you should see an icon like this. The ICN Radio Stream right here. You should see this icon here. So all you gotta do is click on this, and all your settings should be here. Let's see, sorry about that. Go to Broadcast Streams. Yeah, all your settings will be here that you write in. The only setting that will not show, or not save rather, is is this right here, what's now playing. You'll have to type this in every single time. Other things that will save: your audio input, your preferences here, your options for recording. So if I go to Options, Preferences, Recording, all these options would save. All your options here that you set, or the preferences or options you set here, would save. And you're ready to go to broadcast. So it makes it easier. So all you gotta do is click one icon, and you're ready to go. That's it. Good luck.